talk of the town. We're the artists, the actresses, the filmmakers too, meeting Venus. Yeah, we're coming through. Shine your light, let your voices be heard. We're spreading love with every single word, from the stage to the screen. We're making our mark, me and Venus, together we embark.
Today I'm very happy to welcome artist Carlotta Montanari. She is also founder of a very nice project called Four Legs on Set. And her professional website for this business is fourlegsonset.com. We will talk about it right now. Hello, Carlotta, how are you? Thank you for joining the live.
Thank you. Good morning. What an incredible, fun experience to have you.
Yes.
Inviting me on this and share some things with you. I cannot see you though. Am I supposed to?
Yes, you see me. You can see me, I think, but you are on full screen right now. You are on full screen in the video. People can hear me.
I see. No.
Yes.
I don't see you.
Yes. You can see me. If I do this, you can see me.
Now,
We can be both. We can be both on the live. Yes, and or put you on the center screen. Voila.
I see.
Okay. I'm very happy to welcome you, Carlotta. You know, between Egypt and Italy, a lot of history and arts as well. I've been in Italy several times. First, I want to ask you your interest into the art. How did it start? And in which part of Italy you grew up as well?
Yes, I am from, I born and raised in Italy, in Rimini, in Italy, which is
Rimini.
Rimini is right on the Adriatic coast.
Sure. Where, you know, it's a very nice beach, and they did a lot of films on Rimini. One of them, I remember, Rimini, you know.
Of course. With Jerry Calà. I love that.
Yes,
and the Potetto. Oh my gosh, the best comedy, Italian comedy of all times. Absolutely.
Yes. And you were born in Rimini.
Yes.
And your family was also in the art, or it was on your own you start to develop this interest?
Yes, no, I'm the black sheep. No, my family is, you know, they had different kind of businesses. When I was little, my dad had a construction company, and but with a very strong artistic side. My dad is he was an incredible writer. Style of Manzoni, style of you know. He knew La Divina Commedia,
the Divine Comedy,
like unbelievable. He was an incredible writer.
Yes.
Yeah, so definitely artistically, and also a big music passion. Like he knew everything from La Traviata, all the classic music. He knew all contemporary music. He was really an artist at heart, like in his soul. My grandma was an incredible tailor back in the days during the war, and you know she was practically designing clothes. You know, my mom is in the fashion business as a merchant. You know, but also you know she used to design swimsuits when she was 20. You know, like we all have. I always think that Italians or like European in general have some art because they are. We raised with people artisanal, you know, the people do things. Exactly.
Of course, you know, yes, since a long time, you know, Italian, you know, they have, beside literature, like your father, but they are very good in using their hands. So we have the heritage of painting, of sculpture, of course.
Yes.
I remember I love Torino as well. I was in the Museum of Cinema as well there. I mean, Italy, like, it's a big museum when you walk across the streets of Rome and Milan.
You
You
walk on
know,
art. You walk
yes,
on
it's like
art.
open
You
air
know?
museum. Yes,
Yes.
yes, and then did you start to sing or dance when you were a child in Rimini?
I started playing with a camera, the VHS big camera.
Mm,
So I was
good, good.
15.
Yes, yes.
We had a lot of dogs and stuff. Like I was interviewing all the dogs. I mean, I always been
Good.
around animals.
Hmm.
I grew up from between the city and the countryside of
Hmm.
Rimini. Actually, to be precise, I went to school and lived with my mother in Riccione, which is next door to Rimini. Uh,
Yes,
and that was my because I graduated in art, history of art, photography, graphic designer, right?
yes.
So most my dad actually who kind of helped me to choose something because initially I wanted to do linguistic because I always like to travel. I wanted to see the world. Uh,
Hmm.
and my dad, thought, if you do this, you can be a creative, you can put all your creativity in an actual job. So he kind of was the one who um, like help me a little bit to choose because when you're 19, when you need to choose your professional school, you don't always know what you want to do. But I was like always creative, writing, cameras here, camera there, microphone here, editing there. So I always wanted to create something, wanted to create content, telling a
Hmm.
story. So
Yes,
we said we gotta start somewhere, and then from there, as soon as I graduated, Rome
yes.
taught me Rome.
Yeah.
Like, and I went.
So you went to Rome. I've been in Rome several times. I attended the film festival there. I attended the first edition, and I remember the press in Italy, they were saying, it was created to compete with Venice Festival when I went to the first edition, in the auditorium in Rome. But Rome is very big. I mean, a lot of producer. Of course, there is Rai, there is Rete, there
Yeah,
is
there is
the
Ryan, there is Mediaset, there is
big
yeah,
Berlusconi, big production company like Chikigori, like I don't know what, and also the competition is very big. I mean, a lot of talented, of course, actors,
it
and
used to be
also
definitely, before the the change.
yes,
There is a
yes.
big change now.
But tell me, I want to know your experience into trying to venture into acting, your experience in Rome, because I know it's a very big city and very competitive as well.
Yes, definitely. You need to be really driven,
Mm-hmm,
and definitely you need to dedicate. And like I said, like anything, like it's not just like, oh, I want to do that and you go.
mm-hmm,
Okay, you
mm-hmm,
have to learn the discipline. my
mm-hmm,
my what got me there was that during a summertime, I was 22, and I was bartending. That's what you do in my city when you go to school to make your
mm-hmm.
money. In summertime, you either bartend, or modeling jobs, and or lifeguard, which is really living by
Yes.
the beach. So I became also lifeguard. But anyway, my story is really long. But to get to that point, I was invited to a seminar
Yes.
of Beatrice Bracco, that she's not with us anymore, and she was my very first acting teacher. But what am I talking about? Life teacher.
Mm-hmm.
uh, that was Argentinian. She was Argentinian, and that was the best acting seminar I've ever participated and heard about, and a real journey. And so I moved to us after the 6-day seminary with her about Stanislavski acting, and the method, and a full immersion for 6 days in her property in Toscana. After
Mm-hmm.
that, I made a decision. I graduated and I said, I need to go. I need to go to her school. And I went to Teatro Blu in Rome at her school, Beatrice Bracco school, and I studied with her and learned with her. Also, Claudia Giannini. I mean, I really learned the best, the most disciplined and deep work of the theater, hours, like 8 to 9 hours a day, like full immersion, full dedication. Study all kinds of plays, from obviously from Shakespeare to more modern plays. Learn more than anything to really see and have this journey inside of you. Really use your see there is a difference between acting in terms of pantomima and acting in terms of like making the space and find yourself into that character. That is what teaches you also your life journey, and be always in contact with your emotions, and you learn your to use your instrument, which is your body and your feelings and your emotions, and use your intelligence, develop the sensitivity. And that was an incredible life school for me. It was wonderful years, 5 years of that, and Cinecittà with Giannotti, and wonderful, wonderful, and work, also in Cinecittà for Rome, and a lot. Of course, you learn as a background, and you learn what is a set, a movie set. But I wanted more. I wanted more. I wanted to really measure myself with the world, with something bigger, more meritocracy also, because I was at the same time I was a TV host as well for Rai Uno, Rai Due, and TV, was my love too. But
Which program you presented? Because I was watching Rai all the time in Egypt,
yeah, no, but
all the time, 24 hours maybe, you
yes.
know.
I
What?
was practically doing a lot of journalistic programs.
Yes,
For example, Rai Due was like the inviata al parterre, which means like the interviewer on a live show,
yes,
usually like first the 8:30 one, so like the first screening, and
yes.
then a lot of for example, Stelle Notte di Natale, which is a very annual. It was an annual Christmas live show,
Yes, yes,
and I did a lot of for Mediaset as well. I
for
was
sure.
like a music TV shows. Talentuno was a reality show, and I was practically presenting the talents. Or we were they were calling me when they wanted someone, that when they wanted me to present a certain program. So I did not have like a yearly TV show or anything like that. I was really focused in acting, but TV was paying good. I was good at it. And also, I did a live quiz show for a few months, and that was every day, which
Yes,
you can
yes.
play from home and win
I
money,
remember.
play with me.
Yes, I still remember the presenters. I will
Yes,
tell you: Pippo Baudo, Massimo Giletti,
yes.
Giancarlo Magali,
Ah,
Mira Vener, and
yeah.
also I used to watch
Iconic.
Striscia la Notizia as well.
Striscia la notizia. You make me follow my words.
I used to watch all of these. I noticed as well the difference between Italian television and other European and American television. A lot of spectacular. Huh?
Yes,
I
we
mean, you have big studios, big decor, lot of dancing girls. It's like we are in the Moulin Rouge, you know. And also, I think as well the presenters, they were not cheesy. They were very educated, well prepared. Because I work in television, I mean, the screenplays, the teleplays written for presenters were very good. I mean, when you appear on the screen, you must be very well prepared, not
exactly
only beautiful.
the
You have
big
very good
difference.
scripts. Mhm.
There is no script.
Yes,
In
you need to
Italian TV, it's all
uh,
improvised. You gotta be
improvise.
good at it. You gotta grab. You gotta know your timing. You gotta know
Uh-huh.
what's next. You have a
Yes.
scaletta. You only have a scaletta, which is
Uh-huh.
this kind of
Yes.
like the structure,
Yes.
obviously the structure of the program. But
Mhm.
yeah, you gotta
Mm.
go. Yeah, you here
Yes.
they all read on the prompt. You know what I mean? They all read.
Yes,
They
the
just
like the like the news auto cue they called it's called
Mhm.
in English. Yes, auto cue. But
Correct.
tell me, did you a certain point you a certain point you feel like you were satisfied with the stage of your life and you wanted more as well? I mean, presenting television, you could become like a veteran television presenter if you continue. I imagine,
Yes.
like you
If
correct?
I had to make a choice, I was
Mm.
actually proposed when that happened. I was just proposed for Mediaset. Mediaset had opened a branch of RiseAct, which was
Yes.
the satellite. Was coming out in 2000. We're talking about 2009. It's been a while.
Mhm, mhm,
So,
mhm,
anyways, I was just proposed to start this new program, but I felt inside, if I do this, once this is over, I'm gonna be here still, and I don't want to do
mhm,
it now. I was at that point. I was like 27. I'm like, I gotta get going. And so, it was hard to separate from my family because I was very close to my grandma, very close to my whole family, and I knew that that choice to Los Angeles was a long way. And
mhm,
so yeah, but I had to do it. So I didn't have any I didn't know anyone. I barely knew English because I learned English by myself a little bit traveling to Ireland. That's another chapter of my life, but I can't talk about this too long. But
mhm,
anyways, but I decided to, I'm gonna go to the actor studio. I want to measure myself with a real deal. I want to
mhm,
really get better. And how you get better? By measuring yourself, by learning from others, by really not being comfortable. You can't stay
mhm.
comfortable. You got to make yourself uncomfortable so you can go to the next step.
Yes.
So I wanted to do this. I came with a little dictionary, my little Baron's dictionary,
Mhm,
Italian
mhm,
English,
mhm,
and I got a place in West Hollywood, a room in West Hollywood with a lovely woman with a dog. And that was my experience. I came here and I started to, little by little auditioning for little short movies, unpaid, because back then I was not citizen. I couldn't even work. So I had to go to study. Anyways, I came with the luggage of dreams and a
mhm.
lot of driven. Like I was really indomitable will, full speed. Also because I wanted to make this worthwhile. I didn't want to leave my family and then, I'm not saying like lose or win. I'm just saying like for a journey that to get lazy and not do nothing.
Mhm.
Um, I really wanted to do something with this because it was a big choice.
You know, I want to ask you, according to your experience, if we compare the time you arrived to Hollywood and Los Angeles to cinema before, I mean, in the 40s, 50s, and 60s, a lot of leading ladies went to Hollywood and they had success. I mean, they were not co-starring in small roles in American films. You remember, of course, Sophia Loren, Gina Lulu Brigida, Verna Lisi, and
I
many.
love Italy.
Uh, of course, and
Sorry, I
many.
love Sophia Loren. I mean Sophia Loren, but Virna Lisi was wonderful too. I
One
really
was wonderful. I saw a lot of her classics in her recent films when she grew up. She did La Reine Margot was Isabelle Adjani, I remember as well. And I was privileged, by the way, to visit Gina Lulu Brigida in her
Mhm.
home in Rome. I have a photo with her.
I love you have so many. I gotta
Yes,
know you.
yes.
You have so many
And
things.
I invited Barbara Boucher to Aswan Film Festival for women cinema 4 years ago as well. We're still in touch. I love, as well the giallo genre in Italian cinema, and Dario Argento. My wife doesn't want to watch a lot of horror, but
And Giancarlo
I,
Giannini. Yeah, Giancarlo
yes,
Giannini.
Giancarlo Giannini, of course,
Numero uno.
and yeah, many. But I mean,
Anyway,
at the time, 50s, 60s, 70s, I mean, a lot of leading ladies, they were co-starring with big actors in America, Jack Lemmon, Gregory Peck, Rock Hudson, Cary Grant. You see a lot of co-stars. But I don't know, maybe recently, in the recent years, in the time you arrived, European and also Italian newcomers, they have very small co-starring roles. What breakthrough, I think, maybe I remember, maybe Monica Bellucci a little bit, or she did some big roles. Did you feel like difficulty when you arrived in the United States. I mean, you have the accent. You need to train in
Yes,
English, and
absolutely.
everybody was saying you are Italian as well. You're not Latino as well.
Yes. So I
Yes,
couldn't do the American roles. No, I
yes,
couldn't do really Spanish. I didn't speak fluent Spanish until later.
yes, yes,
So
yes,
it was,
yes.
and I did not look really. I mean, so I was booking ambiguous roles, like
Yes.
Argentinian, no, and sometimes they were changing the script for me, which was
Mm-hmm.
okay. That was actually something that makes you, honored. Like, okay, they like me so much instead of
Mm-hmm.
making that I was born, in Mexico or Spain.
Yes.
Like they're
Yes.
actually put that she's from Italy or she's from Argentinian because my accent was ambiguous, was not very
Yes.
clear.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, so in those cases was amazing. Like, so I would say, listen, there's a lot to, in a journey like this. To be more like brief, you have to again, I was very stubborn. I'm like, I gotta learn this. I wanna play that role. You know what I mean? I wanna play that. So I was trying to, but uh but the good thing is that even though my my determination, the good thing is I also was open to see what else I can do, what other instruments, what other what is that, I had an image, right, in my mind. I had a goal, right? I had a dream. So I saw myself playing certain types of roles, and then maybe others were coming, and I'm like, oh, I don't know if I want to play the nun, or I don't know if I want to play, I don't know if I can play this and that, or I don't know if I can, okay, I gotta play the detective, but and she's like very abrasive. Okay, that I have that in me, like you have to try first like I said, to saw the character on you. You know what I mean? It's not like you arrive and, oh, I want to do this, I want to do that. You have
Mm-hmm.
to
Mm-hmm.
you have to so you learn as you go. And you will never stop growing. And of course, I wanted to play certain roles, but they had straight American accent. I did not
For
have a
sure.
straight American accent, so I was, heartbroken. But I was not there yet. I was not there. Maybe I will never get there. You know what I mean? But I had so much fun with the roles I played that they made me grow. Like any roles from the little TV, web series to a short film, and then later, I was so happy, when I started playing next to Miles Teller, for example, for Amazon, for Too Old to Die Young, or like even just to be on a set, directed by Matt Bomer, like for Versace. Like for me, when I look back, in other words, when I look back, I think, oh, everything made sense. Everything made sense.
Mm-hmm.
Every step of the way made sense. I was
Mm-hmm.
putting pressure on me, like in a rush a little bit, because I told you it was hard to leave my family. I wanted to catch up for the time lost, like kind
Yes,
of.
I know about Italian relationships. I mean,
Yeah,
family relationship is very difficult, you know.
right.
The bonds are very tight together, Italian people. I know that.
Yeah, like very tight, very, very close, emotional, and
For sure.
it's difficult. It's difficult.
Mm-hmm.
What I did was difficult. It's not just like, oh, I come to work. We are far away, and it's a big sacrifice.
For sure.
It's like the dance, like the ballet. You think
For
that
sure.
ballet they get to the, to do what they do,
Yeah.
without the
It's a
sacrifice.
very isolated art, you know, very isolated art,
Fair.
you know.
Yeah, this is not, I don't want to compare, but if
Yes.
you're fully dedicated, you're
Yes.
gonna have to go.
Discipline, a very
And
disciplined, yes. Yes. But
you can also have fun,
yes,
but you have
I
to have the discipline.
yeah, since you have a television background, most of the time, I mean, for women and men, I mean, they can start in television, but their target is in cinema, and when they don't have uh, good cinema roles, you know, they can have a career for a couple of years. If they grow up and they don't get all leading roles in cinema, they go back to television. I think that was the cycle for a long time ago. But right now,
Right.
when you see you work in Amazon, and if you see the recent production, I mean, when I see a recent television series on Netflix or Amazon or HBO, we're watching right now The Penguin with my wife.
Uh-huh.
And I mean, from point of view, if you compare the lensing, the photography, the sound editing, the special effects, the casting, most of the big actors right now, they do television. I mean, with no exception. I mean, they can go back and forth right now. I mean, the line between the two media have been
That's gone.
blurred. Yes, and you have big production, and or everybody's working here and there. You can do a television series, go back to cinema, and also I think cinema is facing a lot of challenge as well, box office wise, because people they have their own cinema at home. But
Mhm.
right now, how do you qualify your experience working
It
in
was
Egypt
not
in the television in America?
before. It was not like that, by the way. Just to conclude what you just said, like before,
Yes,
an actress of theater was an actress of
yes,
theater. An actor
yes, and
movie, it was in the movie, and a
yes,
TV presenter was a TV presenter. In
yes,
fact, very important fact. In Italy, because I was good TV host,
yes.
sometimes when I was going for an acting role, they
Hmm.
were like, "Oh, you're the one that were doing the Quisissimo TV show." Oh, but and they're like, "But this is a very dramatic role." So what? Just because I'm full of light when I'm in front of the TV, because I have a live audience in front of me, and it's a different type of thing. But then they classify you. They used to classify you. You're either a dramatic actress, or you are a TV host.
Hmm.
Now, now the TV host uh, is doing, I don't know, let's say a role, for I don't know, a super dramatic role. Like now. Thank God that there is this open mind a little bit now, because you can be a terrific actress, or actor, dramatic, like deep and raw, and at the same time you can be amazing, hosting a comedy live show, TV,
Yes, yes,
like, oh, a reality show. I don't know. I'm just throwing out there. Talent, like the talent, the capacity, the technique should not be classified like it used to be. I think it was very difficult
yes,
back then
yes,
to really. You don't have to. It's not that you have to convince, but I'm like, I wanted to play that role. I was, let's say, I feel like I want to play that role, but they saw me, all sparkly and bubbly in a funny TV show, and maybe they thought I cannot play that. And then later, when I got some dramatic roles and deep acting, I thought, oh, like they have to see it. They used to. It
yes,
used to be like that.
yes. But
Anyway, I just wanted
that,
to ask, because it is true. It's a big difference.
yes,
Now you were
yes,
asking something.
yes. I want to ask you, when did your love with horses started?
Oh,
And tell me about your project is Four Legs on Set. I've
yeah.
visited the website. I've seen you have a very nice space with horses, and people as well, artists like the Kardashian, Beyonce, and Chanel, Ryan Gosling, and they come and train to horsing ride as well. And I've seen a lot of magazines. They came to shoot, like covers and features as well in your space. So
Yes.
tell me a little, but first I want to know about your love of horses. How did it start?
Yes, it started with me when I was
Yes.
born.
In
Practically since very
mhm.
little, since very little, I had the
Yes.
love, the bond.
You used to ride very well when you were a child in Italy?
I used to love horses so much, and I used to
Mm-hmm.
go ride next door at the horse rental, where my
Mm-hmm.
aunt has her big house in the countryside of Rimini.
Mm-hmm.
Anyways, I grew up with this big passion and so much excitement that when I was in like a little, you see, I was in the car with my dad when I was little girl, and if I would see a horse, oh my god, a horse! I would attach my face to the window of the car. I'm like, oh, like that kind of love, that kind of attraction to this wonderful animals. And also dogs. We had a lot of dogs. I just love animals so much.
Hmm.
Now there is a lot to it. When I made the decision to dedicate my life to acting and theater and everything, I kind of left my passion for the holidays, or when I go visit my family, or when I had, someone maybe invited me for a ride. But I never thought that one day I would make my American dream, connecting my two passions for entertainment and knowledge for entertainment for 27 years of experience. If you summarize everything, and love for the horses that literally is inside of me since always. But the true relationship, the true work with the horses, that's only barely 5.5 years ago, during COVID, right before COVID, it
Yes.
happened. And it's the best journey of my life, beside being a mother, because I also I'm a mother too.
Yes.
uh,
Great.
and so I think that, look, all the experience in the acting world and the TV world, in the editing world, even the school of graphic designer I did when graduated, everything is coming together
Hmm.
to create what I create artistically
Sure.
with horses. The relationship and the love has to be there. I mean, it's there. It's not. Someone cannot give it to you, or you can
Hmm.
buy it. You cannot do that. You have to. That's the thing. Is like be. That's the thing about acting. One of the things that teaches you the journey of an actor is be true to yourself
Hmm.
and really see inside of you and use that and believe in that and make something with it, and hopefully give something to the others, because it's also about giving back. I think it's a lot about giving back.
For
um
sure. But right now, I want you to consider yourself una presentatora en la televisión, and you would like to talk a little bit about Four Legs on Set. What are the services you present
yes,
to horse lovers or the entertainment business, like people,
yes,
instead of people going visiting to your website?
yes, I okay, telepromotion. I For Legs on Set, uh it's a company that started with passion and love for horses, and started with the intent to give horses, neglected horses, a chance to thrive and to be something, and to give them a purpose. It started like this, and people were like, using calling me for featuring my horses for some photo shoots, and or commercials, little, next door project or whatever. And then during COVID, I started spending way more time with horses, because auditions were closed, the studios were closed. We were not, the industry was all on pause. The world was on pause, sadly. But thanks to that, I had plenty of time to create with the horses. So I started creating tricks, and spend more time with them, and go back to my origin love. Put everything on hold: the acting, the TV, the modeling, put that on hold, and live my passion, because everything was stopped. So I didn't even feel guilty. Thanks to that, I started creating contents on Instagram. And I started creating contents, and people were starting contacting me. Then one day I got a call from the producer for Kardashians, and we had their beautiful campaign, KKW. So with two horses, anyways, it started like that, and one after another, and then Chanel, and then this and that. So we became big in Hollywood, because starting with the passion, because it's an experience. Beside featuring a horse, that does increases a wonderful production value for commercials, movies, photo shoots, but also is the journey. And I think that was what makes us different. For Legs on Set now offers over 12, 15 different type of horses, glamour horses, and Western horses, trick horses, all breeds and kinds. And so live shows, photo shoots, films, and campaign and glamour. So we offer all of that, and it's more than just renting a horse. I think that was what I bring on the plate is way something more than that, and it is the experience and the this I practically offer my window to the world with my relationship with the horses, and I create in that moment. And when we are on a set with, obviously big and small crews, and sometimes really big crews, they're all mesmerized of what this relationship I have with the horses can bring on an artistic level for their product, for what they need. So the first thing I do is to talk with the director, the producer, whoever that is hiring us and wants to know more about what they can do with the horses. And I really, because of my experience in entertainment and as an artistic director of my business, I can really get in tune with their mind and really see what they need to really achieve. What is the message you want to achieve? And then we choose the best fit. What is the best horse for this and that? And so that's then we put together the idea, and I help them to reach exactly what they had in mind. And that's because of my experience. See, it's not just a horse trainer. I just don't bring the horse. So here's the horse. I actually bring my creativity, my I don't know, my gift.
Yes, your background.
Yes.
But tell me, what is your favorite film featuring a horse?
Okay. I have very hard time to choose because I've been working with so many wonderful people, artists, names, and or just people who create contents and ideas. I can only tell you this,
Hmm.
Sherry. I can tell you that my best experiences were the ones where either the talents or the job itself was a little bit challenging, and through the work with the horse, through the communication I have with my horses, my personal horses and the horses that I represent, because I'm the first horse agent in Hollywood because we started expanding. And of course, I can't own 15 horses. And I'm so happy
Hmm.
that, by the way, all the owners of the horses that I represent trust me with their love and their babies. So I'm very, very grateful. But those challenging situations are probably my favorite because I I don't know. I can tell that the magic that I live with my horses, I was able to have them transfer that to them. And so people that maybe were scared of horses, they walk away with like mesmerized. I'm like, oh my gosh. They're like, oh, I love horses. I need to go visit you. Or are you going to do a clinic? Or we need to create something together. Like we are, they feel the love so much, they
Hmm.
feel they live the experience. So that
Hmm.
is probably my best, because I can tell you, oh, I like better that campaign than another. Every one of
No,
them was.
I will recommend for you The Horse Whisperer with Robert Redford. You must see that.
I
And
know
also
that
there is
movie very well.
Black Beauty many versions.
Yes.
And of course, if you have seen uh, since you are a theater actress as well, there was a classic Richard Burton film. It was based on a play called Equius. And
Aquarius.
yes, Equius is in Latino is horse, you know.
Yes.
And it was a play, and I think as well the kid from Harry Potter did present it on theater as well, Daniel Radcliffe as well. And one of the best movies featuring horses. Right now, um, do you have certain aims or future plans for the new year you would like to realize?
Yes, I do. Okay, so there is a few things that are in my bucket list.
Hmm.
I would like to See, I would like to make something of this journey and to leave behind. And there are a couple of things that I want to do. I would like to create, first of all, I would like to write a book, or somehow be able to put somewhere in an artistic way my journey, my life. Carlotta, I've been told to do this million times, because my journey has had so many different chapters, and every chapter has led to the next chapter, and it was meant to, and it brought me where I wanted to be. But before to get there, I needed to go through the chapter in between. And when I lived that, I realized how much I needed that chapter. Anyways, it's about the flow, and what every chapter has led me to the next one. Just from a girl from Rimini, with a luggage full of dreams. You know what I mean? Um, and that's one. And then regarding Four Legs on Set, I'm working on it right now. I can't really say, but I'm trying to do something with it, because I keep hearing, and again, I keep feeling the energy from the people that bring me to that. They ask me, "Why don't you do this? You should do that." I would like to be. I would like to be a camera following you all in your daily life. And so I wanted to put something together, but I wanted to be interesting, and I wanted to have a good purpose, and I wanted to be somehow something that can to a vast audience, like that anybody can watch, kids and adults. And I would like to do something with it. I would like to leave a track behind, you know.
Sure.
And also I do hope to transfer this passion, which I think I am, to my son. No, you see that over there? He's only 11 months over
Yes.
there. Only 11 months. This was his first birthday picture. Anyways, but beside the love for the animals, but this sensitivity, this listening, this communication with them,
Yes.
they're wonderful.
Sì, al fin vuoi dir qualche cosa tu amici e familiari? Sì?
Oh, mi mancate, mi mancate tanto, italiani. Sono felicissima che una volta all'anno vengo in Italia, nella mia bellissima Riccione, Rimini, Riccione, e ho tanti amici un po' dappertutto in Italia, e chiaramente la mia famiglia amata. Spero che quello che creo vi piaccia, e spero che posso portarlo avanti e magari creare qualcosa anche per l'Italia, chissà. O magari spero di tornare a fare qualche cosa di artistico in Italia, forse in TV.
Great.
Do
Okay,
you understand
Carlo.
what I said?
Yes, I understand. Yes.
Oh, nice.
Capiche. Okay.
Thank you.
I want to thank you very much for the live. I wish you all the best with your family, your son, and the project as well. I hope that you realize more success as well as an artist in the United States, and best wishes in the upcoming period as well.
Thank you so much, Sherry, for having me, for finding
You're
me.
welcome. You're welcome.
And it's a pleasure to speak with you.
My
Another
pleasure as well.
lover.
Thank you. Take care. Thank you.
Rimini.
Yes. Thank you very much. Enjoy the rest of the day, and ciao. Ciao.
Ciao, a presto.
Ciao.
Ciao, grazie.
Yeah.